punctuation and special characters such as period, at, hyphen, or underscore are really important in our day-to-day vocabulary. However, they're not typically taught in language lessons. So if you've ever needed to say your email address out loud or wondered if Germans use punctuation the same way English speakers do, then today's video is for you. A little hint for you, they sometimes don't. By the end of today's lesson, you will know all of these important vocabulary for daily life interactions. So give this video a like if you're ready to get started. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Salome and I teach practical German on this channel, Speak Fluent German. So if that's the kind of content you need, make sure to subscribe. I upload new lessons every single week, so click the bell to make sure you won't miss any of them. Spelling out your email address is something that's going to be really helpful when you're arriving in Germany, Switzerland, or Austria and getting yourself set up with all the different forms, documents, and things. So the first thing we're going to need to know is the dot, and that is Punkt. Now I want to make sure that you're pronouncing the NK correctly here. The German NK, or so-called ang laut, is a nasal sound and it's produced by placing the back of the tongue against the soft palate and letting air flow through the nose. So you would do Punkt. Punkt. So a website like this would sound like this out loud: www.tagesschau.de. In addition to the dot, there are other punctuation marks, of course. There is das Fragezeichen, das Ausrufezeichen. Wow, those are pretty long words, so let's break it up piece by piece. Fragezeichen. Das Fragezeichen. With Zeichen, you want to pay special attention to the CH sound here. What English native speakers often tend to do is pronouncing it like an sh sound with your lips going to the front, or like a K sound. Both is not ideal. The correct way of pronouncing the sh sound is produced with your lips pulling to the sides, as if you're trying to smile, and you let air through a tiny gap between your teeth. So we would do sh. 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 Das Zeichen. Das Fragezeichen. And das Ausrufezeichen. Now, if you face these really long words in German, and we do have a lot of them, my advice is to break them down into syllables when you're practicing pronunciation specifically. So in this example, we would practice it as follows. Repeat after me. Aus, Ru, Zeichen. Ausrufezeichen. I also dive deeper into German pronunciation in my free training for beginners, so if you want to join me for a 60-minute value-packed free lesson, the link to sign up is in the description box below, and I would love to see you there. Now let's also talk about when to use which punctuation, because there is a big difference in when to use a Punkt in German and in English, and also when to use the comma. For example, if we're looking at a percentage like this, in English we would say 30.5%. But in German, you've probably already guessed it, you would say 30,5%. So pay attention to that one. It's the same with prices when they're written down actually. So this would be written with a comma in German. 19,25 Euro. And just to make this a little more confusing, it can even go the other way around. So when we're talking about numbers above 1,000 in English, that's where you'll use a comma, right? You would write 1, comma, and then 3 zeros for 1,000. But in German, we're going to use a Punkt here, not the comma. So when you see numbers above 1,000 being written in German, they will have the dot there instead. Mind-blowing, right? In case it makes you feel a bit better, I found it very confusing when learning the English punctuation, and it took quite a while for me to figure this out, especially when you look at prices above 1,000, which have a comma and a dot, but in contrary places compared to German. So for those who don't know, I used to live in Hong Kong for many years, and with the Hong Kong dollar currency, you'd often see prices above 1,000. So I totally feel you if you're struggling with this. Just give it some time and practice. The next important character that you need to learn is the at sign. In German, this is called either at, as in English, or in the colloquial German, you'll also hear Klammeraffe or Affenschaukel very often, which means spider monkey or monkey swing due to the curved long tail that clings to the A. So how would we then say this email address? So we would either say liesel@gmail.com or liesel@gmail.com. So now you're all set with your emails. Ready for some more special characters? Repeat after me. Unterstrich, Schrägstrich, Bindestrich, Doppelpunkt, Klammer auf und Klammer zu. Alles klar? It's pretty easy once you know how. I hope this crash tutorial helped you to get the grips with punctuation in German. Also, let me know in the comments what else you need help with, and I'll be sure to add that to the list of topics. I'll be back next week with more lessons to boost your German, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Das ist alles für heute. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!